Hey guys, welcome back into another video, and we are here for another video on the FBTC Rugby channel, and we are back for Premiership predictions. And we are doing who I think will finish 12th to 1st. We'll find out the results. I'll be reviewing this at the end of July, start of July. I'll be reviewing this video, seeing what was what. Hopefully watching, we're going to get straight into it. And what I am going to choose for, and my 10th place is... I've gone, sorry, Falcon fans, I've gone your 12th. I have gone your 12th. Looking at your ins, going out first, George Hodge lost to Exeter Chiefs. Johnny Willens, a loss. And Snotty, a loss recently. Big players coming in, Luther replacing Johnny Will. Very like the signing of that. Orlando, I like the signing of that. Very good player. Argentina will bring experience into their side. Those two signings I really like, just to bring a bit of experience in those centre. I think you're going to see Orlando at 12, and you're going to see a Bro at 12, Orlando 13. That's what you're going to see, in my opinion. He's a good signing from Italy. He's 29, so I don't think he's on the older age of the side. And Miller Polak returning, I think just a bit of experience in their setup that will do quite good back on a permanent. They're looking at looking at the side. I'm just looking at the squad here. I think they have an all-round squad. Keeping Gary Graham, Mark Wilson. I can't wait. And a guy that I want to cut. Looking forward to see is I'm looking forward to see Adam Ruffin really get the opportunity to produce in the Premiership. We're going to move on now. Who my 11th place are going to be? Oh God, it didn't. On Worcester! We're going to Worcester. All right, sorry, Worcester fans. Any of you Worcester fans? I've gone for you 11th. Might be my bias, but I do believe you will finish 11th. Unfortunately, looking at the players that have gone out, I think Tafatay's a loss, big hooker player. I think Ryan Mills is a massive loss in the centre. I think you'll really see the loss of Ryan Mills. Donald Lance is a loss, just experience at 10. I think Ryan Barrow's not really a loss. But we're looking who's coming in. They promoted a lot of players from Nick David. I think one of the players that I think you really got to watch out is Matt Konvesic, getting a real good chance now. They're promoted under Rob Baxton and getting the opportunity. He's a very good player and a very underrated player, in my opinion. Really does everything well, can play 8, 7, and 6. And Billy Sell, replacing John O'Lance, I think that's an upgrade on John. Personally, I've really always liked Billy Sell, just wasn't given the opportunities at Wasps. But I do think the way they're playing is very nice. Another way to say that, I do think they have just a bit looking at their squad. Their squad is very, I think Tedel, Matt Kovacic, and Paul Alderprem. I like that back row a lot. Second row, they're lacking a bit. Front row, they're very, looking at the hookers, I am very with Matt Moulds. They're very stacked in prop centres. I think they're lacking a bit if Lawrence gets injured and Beck gets injured. They're a bit weak there. But the wingers, they look strong, and the fullback. So all round in those centres, they're lacking, and I think they're lacking in that lock area. Those positions they're lacking, I think that can cost them, and they don't have the experience. I think if Hugo goes down, what have they got really? I think that's the right decision, and so and now we're going to get into my 10th team, London Irish. We're going 9th. Looking at the players they've lost, they've Dan Holbury-Warren looking good. The experience of Van der Merwe, very questionable. Just this fullback, the Fijian. Pokey, I think that's a loss. He was very influential. Ross Neal, Dan Pez De Bruyne, Bill Meeks on a short side. Good cover for Terence Hetterman, I really like. Andrew Creve, experience around the squad. Rob Simmons, experience around the squad. Squad players they bring there. Those two players are very crucial. And Tom Homer, I think he's a good signing from Bath. Very experienced, knows the Premiership extremely well, does everything so well in this side, and knows how he wants to perform. I think that's a very good fullback option. I think Rob Simmons, I really like the signing of him. Put a lot of roster, and he can play on the back row cover positions. Looking at the squad, I think they look very good. Bringing the youth in, they've got a lot of locker options, but not so many prop options. Don't have many hooker options, but the back row I think is looking quite strong, but doesn't have anything more than that. I think they're looking a bit weak in that back row. Actually, they do look a bit weak in that back row, and they look a bit weak on the wing. And those where if they get some injuries and scrum half, I think that if it clicks, it clicks. I think if it doesn't click, it could go to 11th or 12th. I think if it doesn't, we saw that ended last season. We're going to go to 9th, and we're going to go into my 9th. Ooh, Gloucester Rugby in 9th place. My club's still not there yet. Looking at the players that have gone home, Alibrandi, but they got Varney there. Hinkley very lost to Exeter. Marius going because Tom Marshall, Williams, and Mossart all going because of Steve. They've got because of Ackerman. Then Groblenthorpe, Dreyer going, Hunet going, and Miller Polar returning. So most of those players have gone off to. Then they got Varney. I think Lewis Rees-Samet obviously is promoted. Jordy Ree will be a very good back row option. Singleton, I don't think that's a good option because it's only a year. Johnny May, very good signing for Leicester, wanted to come back and really will offer that experience. Alamano with Ed Slater, hopefully seeing that, very physical. I would like to see that. Jack Clement, Varnier will replace him. Matt Garvey on a long-term deal brings experience, more experience around. I think that could put them. I think they passed. I think Matt Garvey passed best. Another player, Jamie Gibson, that passed his best. Those two players are past it. And the same with Ollie Atkins. They're past their best. They're in their 30s now. And that's not something you don't want to recruit, really, in my opinion. You want a guy that's in 25. So we focus are open. We're going to go through in a minute. But they cleared out the squad overall. So what the weaknesses are? The weaknesses, I think, they've got a very good lock options. Loads of props. I think the hookers and the back row, they're very steady. Scrum half, I think they are looking a bit weak there. Fly half, they are looking weak at fly. Scrub that half-back combination, they're weak. Centre, they're weak. Centre, scrum half, and fly half, they are weak positions. But full-back, they look strong, and wing look strong. But overall, they look very strong team, and I think 9th is a good position, but they can hopefully build on that. 8th place is I've gone Tigers. I've got Tigers in 8th place. Very interesting. Some is saying, why are they? I don't know about, but I do believe Steve Borthwick, what he brings to the company, he's going to bring his own strategies, his own games. Some of the players have gone out. Johnny May, Carl Eastman, still not got a club. Toulouse Fayano, Noel Reeve, Manu Tulangi, Suni Kalafumi, Tough, but now Greg Bateman. Some of those players that have gone, Adam Thompson, Joe Thomas, Jimmy Stevens, Bludu, Bately, Costello, Vijuni, all these players gone. All these weren't good enough. Guy Thompson, I really like Guy. Will Spencer, Jonah Holmes. But quite 6 of them worth of contracts. Players come in. Zach Henry's really impressed me and not them. Brink shows a bit of food now though. Scott, Anderson, Kelly, and Anderson. Potter. Blake and Eva, not Mateus, Camoon, Kobus, Van Wyck, Weezer, Bauer, Dearbrun, Wicklesworth, LeBron, David Williams. Very strong. They've let go play, but they're willing to put more pressure on the academy. It'll be about 10 or 20 minute video long, guys. Back row looking strong. Lock, they're looking strong. Props, they're looking strong. Hooker, they're lacking in the centre. I think they're lacking a bit of full back. That's where they're lacking a bit. But I do believe Freddie Drew, if they get of injuries. We're going to go down 7th. I've gone higher. Saints. Saints have gone 7th. Interesting to see. Players gone massive loft. It's going to be Kobus Ryan out a big one. Jamie Gibson, just a big experience with Mitch Eady. They got Steve Nicolweety, I think, on a 1 year deal's okay, but not brilliant because he's only there for 1 year and it's not looking into the long term. Sean Adadoff, what I've seen, he's looked a very physical number, a bit like Carl Brent from Leicester. I think you've got big South Africa knowing what to do. Ollie Slightholm and Nick Alterac looking good. But he's moved around a bit. Looking at the squad, It's got a lot of youth in it. I think centres are lacking a bit, but the wingers they're lacking a bit if they get injuries. Scrum half are lacking. I think they're okay in centres actually. That's a lie. I think they're okay in the forward, but I think they're just lacking at 10. 10 they're lacking. I think that overall looked good. We're going to go to 6th. Harlequin took Harlequin to 6th. The table they go up. Very, very strong. Some of the players they brought in, Quins, Harlequins, Alterac going out, Carl Sinclair going out, Sahili going out, Freeman going out, Robshaw going out, unfortunately. Luke Atoya, this is a massive one. Gabriel Atoya is going to be a massive loss, in my opinion. Clifford retiring, Penny, Mark van Lid, players coming in, Edwards on a short-term deal, Scott Steele, Joe March, that's a lie, yeah, he's returned. Tyler Green, Will own the station. I think they signed Sahili and they replaced him with his station. I think that's a very good ad. He's looked really good. What I've seen from him. Tyler Green, looking a guy that can cover many positions. I think he'll replace that Turns in May. I think that's a very good signing. And I think Steele's a really good one. He's really impressed me every time he plays. I do think they look a very good squad. They're still building, but they're just all these teams. But I don't think Gloucester are going to be consistent. I don't think Tigers are going to be consistent. I don't think Saints are going to be consistent. I don't think Quins are going to be consistent. These teams they have the squad to do it, but they've got to be consistent at that level. But none of them are. None of them have been consistent. I think they have a very strong hook. They're strong at fullback. They're weak on the wing. That is something I have. There's only 3 out-and-out wingers. They're weak on the wing. They're strong at centre, strong at fly half, strong at scrum half, strong in the back row, strong at that. They are very weak on that wing, but they've got to be consistent, and that's what the squad want. They want consistent. I think they're lacking a bit in that lock area too. I think that's where they're lacking. We're going to go into 5th now, and we're going to go Bath Rugby. Bath. We're going to get into Bath. So they haven't gotten a lot of players. They haven't got them, but what they let out is Reece Webb. He was on a short-term deal. The France Hello retired. Freddie Burns. Oh, go and watch Rugby Pod. Shout out Rugby Pod. Freddie Burns doing anything there. Tom Omer going. Alec Brew going. Matt Garvey going. Loads of experience there that could be vital. They brought in Will Spencer. Good player. Very like. Ben Spencer being the conscience of them getting top 4. That was the clear difference. They're connecting the forwards and the backs. I love Ben Spencer. He's in my fantasy team. I've done a link below. I'll be next video. I'll be dropping the link, and I hope you guys will be discussing about that. And I think George Shulman. I think overall they have a very strong back line. But the way they want to play is interesting. So got many strong props, strong in the hooker area, strong in the back row. They're strong at scrum half. They're weak at fly half. They're strong at centre, and they're strong at wing, strong at fullback. I think the position they need to really strengthen is Tom DeGamble's not really in fly half, what it is here. But if they get an injury to Reece, it could be a massive difference. Matavesi, not really a 10. They're just lacking in those positions. We'll go on to the next one then, who's going to get top 4. First possession in 4th. And it's Sale Sharks. Couldn't get there last time. Swap them around this time. Sale Sharks. What we're looking at is Mark Wilson leaving and didn't hardly see him. Brent Evans leaving, unfortunately, didn't see much of him. They brought in Sam Hill, very good, very experienced Premiership centre. Cobus Wing, Jacko's brother, good second row, really strong from South Africa. Then you got Manu Tuilagi. Unfortunately, we're not going to see him until April because of his Achilles injury. That's unfortunate for him, and it's unfortunate for Sale. Looking at the squad, not a lot to say about that. They haven't got many in, but they haven't got many departures. They're very strong. They're weak at hooker. They are weak at hooker. That's somewhere they are weak. They are weak with Langdon, Neildon, Ackerman. They're weak there. Strong at prop, strong at lock, strong at back row. Weak in the scrum half. Strong at fly half. Strong at centre, strong on the wing, but they're weak at. That's what area they are with. They're weak at fullbacks. They're fullback, fly half, and scrum half. in that areas, but they've been consistent. I think they'll get the consistent, get top 4. It's all about these top 5 to 8, 9 positions. If they can get consistency, you could challenge for top 6, top 4. You've got to get consistency to get those positions right and get to win. We're going to move on. We are going to go on. So the third, and I go Wasps Rugby. They're staying in that top 4, in my opinion. I do think they'll stay, and I do think they'll show their ability to play rugby. They're really seeing Lee Blackett's brought a bit of confidence under them. No, I mean a bit of confidence. They brought, say, you play a happy, smiling face game. Just be happy around the club. They had that, unfortunately. Unfortunately, in the final, we couldn't see really what it was all about. The auditions weren't nice to them, unfortunately, but we'll see. We've seen what it's all about and what it has to be. Looking at their squad, they've let go of Billy Sell, given it because the Manga got his real opportunity. Charlie Matthews gone, Nizin Carr gone, Ashley Johnson gone, Flamant gone, and Miles Edward. Flamant, big loss to Sell, Johnson. They've only brought Ryan Mills in. Ryan Mills replaced Billy Sell in a centre position. So, props are very strong at. Hooker, they're strong at. Back row, they're okay, quite strong at. Scrum off, they're strong at. Fly off, they're strong at. Centre, they're strong at. A wing, I think they're a bit lacking in that fullback area. They're a bit lacking in that back row-ish area. A bit lacking in the fullback area. But on the whole, very strong. They have replaced what needs playing. But when they do replace Jimmy Goffin, they have to replace him when he goes. That is a certainty. Jimmy Goffin there. He's so important the way they want to play. So crucial the way. I think we're going to go on to the second team here. Who's going to be? There's only 2 teams left, and we're going to go on second. Who is it going to be? Ooh, it's Bristol Bears. I've gone Bristol Bears second. Bristol Bears second in the league. If you many predict that, no, you didn't. Players gone out. Matt Prothero looked good when he played. Ian Magnum trying to release him, didn't play much that season. Nicky Stewart. Luke Hamilton, James Lay, Jordan Lay. Players that brought in. Semi Rajata, the big one. Great signing. Mitch Eady, Carl Sinclair, Ben Earl, Max Malins, Chris Cook, Kessel, Byrne, and Kublin, and McCabe. These are all players that improve their squad. It will improve their team. Randraja, Sinclair, Earl, Malins proves their team massively. Brings that competition. They know any of them can get in that squad. Young people, look at their squad now. I'm going to get into it. Not a massive squad. Not a massive squad, but it's a squad. We're going to get into it. Hooker, I think they're strong at. A bit weak and they don't have force choice. Prop, they are. They're strong at the prop. They're strong in the lock. They're strong in this back row with the signings that they made. They're strong at scrum half. They're weak. They're 2 fly halves in that squad. Very weak. They're strong at centre. They're strong in the wing. Strong at fullback. I think overall they have a very strong squad and they know what they want to do. I think they need to get, if they get injuries, the Max Manning could slot in at 10. I think that is a problem. They do have that, okay, person that says. But on the whole, I think it's looking really good. I do think you'll see the expert, but I just don't think these guys are so good for what they do. It's Exeter Chiefs. They're so good for what they do. Doesn't mean this is the Premiership table. I'm not predicting who's going to get in the final top 4. I do think, and I'll let you know at the end of the video, who do I think champions will be. My champions are my first place is Direct Chiefs. White going out is a loss. Piatto didn't see much. Hill, Rashik going, Badili going, Steenson retiring, Dolan retiring, and Dennis going. They also brought in Johnny Gray, international experience. Samo Gunn, shown, proved under him. He can do it. Now he's been called up. Josh Hogg, young. Baldwin, young. Hinkley, done. Young. Walsh, done. Kadera, and a cover for Van Dijk. What the squad looks like, they have a very strong squad. So they have a very strong in the hooker area, they're strong in the props, strong in locks, they're strong in back row, they're strong in scrum half. I think they're a bit weak on the fly half area. They are weak there. That's one position if I would say to improve on for recruitment next year. Rob Baxter. Centre, they're fine. When they're fullback, they're fine. I think all those positions, I think they need to improve on, but overall they look really good. And I just don't feel any other team is really, really that consistent about Bristol Wasps. I think Sharks are going to be that consistent, but it's not going to be the loads difference. But I think there'll be a difference between them, and I think my champions are Exeter Chiefs. I think Exeter Chiefs are going to do the double. They're not going to do the double. They're going to win the Premiership. I don't think they'll do the double again. They might do the double if they face Leinster. They don't face Leinster. But I do think it's going to be tight. I do think you're going to win. I do think Exeter Chiefs. I'm going to be. Got 2 more videos tomorrow. Preview 8 Nation Cup preview and Premiership Round 1 preview. I hope you liked the video, guys, and we will be back for another one on FBTC Rugby. I will see you in front. Then make sure you like and subscribe.